Yeah, so Mr. Gary Byrnes, for the town climate, we have another question from the community. So could you describe how town climate has successfully influenced policy changes at the national or international levels? And what strategies have been most effective in these efforts? Please help us to share your answers. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. A great question. We're still very much educating the world about the benefits of hemp in terms of both its carbon removal potential and also the amazing products that can be made from hemp. Essentially, anything that can be done with fossil fuels can be done with hemp, but with a zero carbon effect on climate and the environment. Hemp has so many benefits, including it cleans the soil when it grows, for example, phytoremediation. But still, there is a little bit of confusion around hemp because it's related to another plant called cannabis, which is used for medical and narcotic effects. So back in 1937, the fossil fuel industry was growing in the United States. So they created propaganda movies, racist propaganda movies and campaigns, basically to get cannabis and hemp banned because they were similarly kind of classified together. So in 1937, hemp, the industrial plant, was completely banned in the US. And because the US had such an influence on the UN in later years and other countries around the world, hemp was banned in many countries because the fossil fuel industry and the plastics industry needed to get this natural solution out of the way. So it was only recently in 2018 that industrial hemp was reclassified in the US. So now it's re-emerging as the solution to so many of our problems. Hemp was actually the world's oldest cultivated plant in Asia. 12,000 years ago, it was grown for its fiber primarily, but also as a food source. So we're still very much educating. And for example, we're lobbying the UN to ensure that industrial hemp is completely declassified at a global level, which means it removes any risk from our partner growers or builders that, they don't want to have this worry that there's a chance that somehow that their activity will get them into trouble with the law because of this old racist and confused classification of an industrial plant, which cannot be used for any narcotic purposes. So that is something very important to us as education. But we feel that the time is right for hemp to reclaim its position as the most important plant in the world and the plant that can actually replace fossil fuels in terms of bioplastics, biodiesels, biocomposite materials, so many positive products and services that hemp can deliver everywhere in the world. So it's a very exciting time, and we would welcome everybody's participation and assistance to help us to tell this amazing story.
Yeah, thank you so much for a wonderful journey. And we also hope that we can collaborate and accompany you all on this meaningful project. Okay, so thank you so much for your sharing, Mr. Gary Byrne.